Hello, 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 everybody! Welcome to the stream! Everyone say hey!
Hi.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Yes, so in, it seems, tradition, we have once again captured the souls of one of our participants in a many-year-old photo of him with a fantastic mustache.
Right, disclaimer.
Oh, I've just seen it. Oh, that is fantastic. I love it.
This was for charity, in my defense, and I was 17 at the time, so I've raised like 60 quid.
That's impressive.
Stuff.
That's
I like how you valued the value on your facial hair is £60.
That's a damn sight more.
I think it's worth £60. It looks hilarious.
Seems reasonable. Alrighty then. So, beautiful cast members. It's been a week.
We have a guest.
Oh,
well.
and guest.
This is my friend Rosie, guys.
Hi.
She's gonna be here for a little while because she's awesome.
And also, they're gonna drink together, and then Johnny's gonna drink
We're
special
gonna rate to
brew.
the internet some alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, I'm just here with water, and I think everyone else is drinking. Jamie, are you
Yeah.
sober at the moment? No, no, Jamie's got something.
Enjoying
Was that birthday whiskey? Nice.
I looked at the cheap shit that was on my desk and thought, nope, bin Jura.
See, whereas I, unfortunately, am out of gin, so yeah, it's onto the special brew, which I have not had before.
Oh. Is this the first time we're ever going to see you drink special brew?
It's better than normal lager.
Well, it's just got a higher alcohol percentage than normal lager, which, you know...
Yes, so therefore less piss, by definition.
Yeah, that is definably... Yeah. God, there's people very excited in chat. There's a lot of caps. Yeah, so let's do a quick whip round. How's everyone been? Well, I know how 3 of you have been in the last week, because I spent most of the last week with you. But yeah, so Johnny is the person I haven't seen. How's Tricks?
Good, good. Yeah, I have moved back to university, so you can no longer see my bed. I assure you it's made. You don't need to see it. I have specially brought Super Skitty Seal Kitty 5000 with me to university, specifically for you. And I've obtained my Jenny's drawing and then put it up on my wall for you.
Cool shit.
I'm excited. People are partying downstairs because it's someone's birthday, but I'm ignoring them and streaming for you guys.
Yeah. Because the best. Cool. Jamie was the person I saw the most recently. How have you been doing in the last week?
Better than you.
I spent like entire Sunday asleep. Yeah, that's fact.
You went. You lazy fuck.
Well,
yeah. Weekend sum up because details. I was in London last night with Finbar. Well, yeah, last night was it? Yeah,
Yep.
last night. We found this cocktail bar and we nailed. Yep, there it is. That name needs to change. The idea was to nail 13 out of 130 cocktails in a sitting.
we did. We hit that.
Well, we technically hit that. I did 11 of them. You did 9.
Yeah, well, that was because I just reached a volume capacity. This svelte form, is not built for mass, like... Well, we ate 2 meals, because we had one to make sure I wasn't going to walk into a cocktail bar on an empty stomach again, which is a bad place for me to be. And then, yeah, ate another meal, and had, like, one of them which was literally like a cake. It was like there was literally a cookie in this cocktail.
It was fantastic.
It tasted lovely, but I just physically was like, God. Yeah.
Dessert and alcohol, man. You can't go wrong.
Oh dear.
But yeah, we had that. We all attended some super secret surprise party for me, which we got kicked out of. Yes, I got kicked out of my own birthday party. And then Friday I was treated to a very civilized meal before getting plastered in town. So I've had a very drunk last few days since we last streamed. So yeah, that pretty much sums up my time.
Yeah.
Designating Johnny next.
Oh, Johnny already did it, dear. You just weren't paying attention, were you?
You're not paying attention to me.
No, Johnny, when you talk, I just kind of like zone. Sorry. Chip.
Outrageous. Oh, no, Chip's so busy having her own conversation. Let's all just, like, you know, we're just going to keep talking about Chip until she comes back to the Skype chat. Hi!
Sorry, I was explaining to Rosie what all of the player characters were and what they did and things like that. So
Okay.
She's a prostitute.
I'm a prostitute.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. So, Chip, other than the days that me, you, Jamie, and Joe are all together, how has the last week of your life been?
It's been okay. I've been doing a lot of DIY around the house. Me and my mum had a hissy fit simultaneously yesterday because we didn't have the right drill bit to put handles on my bedroom door because my bedroom door has had no handles for the past like 3 years. And then we broke a drawer and we just started crying because we were both like, this is so unfair.
Seems reasonable. Yeah. You've not quite earned your Rosie the Riveter stripes then.
That essentially like sums up how my week has been. It has just been me and my mum trying to get things done and failing miserably before I go back to uni on Friday, maybe, maybe, depending on a certain arrangement that Joe and I may have.
I would make that, but I don't have a picture today.
I'll let you decide what that
Joe, you just have a weird mustache photo staring at the stuff the entire thing.
What?
What? I'm confused. And yes, finally, Joe, my little spinning wheel, also the mustachioed man. How have you been doing?
Yeah, I've been doing great. Skype is betraying me on all different levels.
I mean, you've truly
reason-
descended into the darkness now. It is so dark, you physically cannot be seen.
I mean, my headset doesn't work with sound, so I'm having to use it without a headset. The video's broken, yet I can see all their videos. Nothing makes sense. And I've done nothing interesting since I was with these guys. I've just been chilling and watching 30 Rock, because got nothing better to do.
Solid. Well,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I have sat through several episodes of that Devil is a Part-Timer anime now. You guys enjoy weird shit. I'm just gonna say that.
it's hilarious. How can you not like it?
He got to the part where basically they beat up Luke.
No spoilers. No spoilers for the chat.
No, that was it. As in, like, he got to the end of episode 6 where it starts to get good. And I said, look, you need to watch a couple more if you've come this far.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, chat people, if you're interested in just, like, draining a few hours of your evening, just go and watch The Devil is a Part-Timer. It's 13 episodes. It's just full of shameless references. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Easy watching.
Right. Without any further ado, let's get down to the game. We're going to stick with the highlights from the last session because, like, I mean, one of you didn't even get a chance to use them, and yeah,
Weird highlighted.
you do, and that's why I'm leaving them as they are. Yeah, so let's just do a quick whip through. Who has what highlighted? Just for this one. Lux. Tell me what stats Lux has highlighted.
Oh, me.
Yes.
It was weird and sharp.
Okay.
Dave.
Cool.
Yeah, weird and sharp.
Midnight. What have you got?
I have hot and weird.
Sexy weirdos. Sexy weirdos everywhere.
Gross.
Stein. What do you have highlighted?
Weird and sharp.
And finally, Tudor.
Sharp and weird.
Okay, so this is definitely the Thinking Man session, and then the Thinking Man session, and then Midnight goes and gets laid, and psychic bullshit. Cool. So we did manage to get about an hour done last session. So let's do a quick recap. So obviously, you guys captured Cecil Road, managed to turn the air supply back on. Booted the old Mayor Cecil into a dungeon, and you're now de facto in charge. So I think let's do it in kind of a bit of order. So Lux, you were out patrolling. What did you tell me? What you found and like how that resulted in?
Wait, give me. I wrote some stuff down because I knew I'd forget it.
Good.
I mean, I didn't write a lot of stuff down.
No, that's reasonable.
I've forgotten more than I wrote down. Yes, I remember now. I went to out to the villages, out in the outskirts of a giant blizzard that's surrounding a giant city. That's not London, but it is London.
It's totally not London.
And basically, it was found everyone was missing there, but like none of their stuff was there, but all their cars were still there. And I found like a random blood stain.
Yeah. It's like one miniature sign of struggle.
Yeah. But I did also manage to loot a map of the storm area, which included such things as where to find a hospital.
Yes, because Cecil Road has some interesting conundrums currently to do with the fact that the doctor is in a weird coma, psychically induced coma, that whenever he wakes up from, he starts screaming incoherently. You have no medical supplies of any kind, and people are still getting injured. Well, actually, they're getting injured at an even greater rate because all the smart leadership and people who know all the safety procedures and stuff are missing. And everyone's looking to Stein to lead them, who is currently a sleep-deprived wreck.
I'm just
Also, oh, sorry.
we have a couple of new people in chat, so do we want to do a quick summary of who the characters actually are?
We'll whip round and then I think
Okay,
we'll
do
do
it.
it. Yeah. So because we might get some idea of who you are from that. So Stein has also been having some interesting moments. Tell me about tell us all about Stein's latest acquisitions.
Right. How to word this? Basically, in the underground excursion, trying to get people above ground to prevent them from suffocating and to try and lend aid to Tudor and Midnight in their fight against Cecil and his forces. Stein had a psychic experience with the doctor who's been helping him called Freed. And basically, this psychic entity called Rachel appeared. And it was, for those who are watching, a hairy situation. Literally just so spooked out by seeing this apparition of this beam, this woman who knows everything about him, who seems to have really gotten under his skin quite literally.
Yeah.
That he is between trying to help restore order to Cecil Road, work out how this engine that he found from the first episode actually can be applied for regular use and to basically help Cecil Road be restored, and the fact that Rachel will not leave him alone. She is constantly in the background criticizing him at every turn, and he can't stop thinking about who she is, what she wants, why she's there. So yeah, he's pretty much he's fucked right now.
If anyone in the chat has ever seen Battlestar Galactica, if you know the Cylon lady in the red dress, the way she keeps popping up in the scientist's vision, that's very much the kind of idea I'm going for with how Rachel is messing with Stein at the moment. But in a far less nice, we're going to have sex way, and a far more like, hey, I'm going to make you look like a crazy person in front of all your friends way. And then Tudor. How's Tudor doing, and what happened? What awful price is the devil asking for him for in exchange for saving himself?
Well, we spoke to the doctor guy, and he kind of wanted to perform experiments on the population. We were hesitant, but Lux decided to put herself forward to be a primary experiment, so me and her could go see.
Oh yeah, because he tested my blood and it was green.
Yeah, your blood goes green under the presence of whatever agents
So currently we've got
testing
a
for.
deal to them treat my injuries and all the people in like the sick bay in exchange for going to see what's going on.
Cool. And also there is the slight thing of both Tudor and Midnight are both hovering at like near, not quite death's door, but like Tudor has a bunch of cracked ribs and like moving around for him is a pain, and Midnight still has a hole in her leg, and no one has any way to really fix these because there's no medical professionals. Well, there wasn't really a medical professional before that, to be fair. There's just a guy who knew roughly what he was doing. And no drugs or medicine of any description. So you've got like some ragged bandages and shit. Yeah. So, on the one hand, we had a big conversation in one room where should we do a quick whip round and reintroduce everyone just for the new people? I guess we shall. There's yelling going on over here. Yeah, so let's do a quick re-whip round and have everyone reintroduce themselves in the light of recent events as well, I suppose. So, Lux, tell us about yourself.
So Lux
Succinctly.
is basically the failed daughter of a courier company who was awful actually managing anything, and so just like did jobs. Then led an army in the revolution and is now second in command of the entire town. So that's going to go great.
Oh yeah, because she's totally really good at everything that's not.
This was drawn by Carjo in the chat. Is basically Lux in a nutshell. Go. Cool.
All right, Stein. Tell us about Stein.
Yeah, Stein is the techie. Nobody knows how to fix something or build something quite the way that Stein does on Cecil Road. He's not a socialite. He has his reasons for not really wanting to integrate with people, but also people don't take particularly well to his presence. They don't really take the time to adjust to him. It's kind of hard
He's
to go into this without giving away something that's going to come up.
Yeah, he's the kind of creepy genius living on the fringes of society that everyone needs but no one wants.
Absolutely. Think like a cross between Sid Highwind from Final Fantasy and Stein from Soul Eater. If you've seen or played either of those, that's what you've got.
Cool, cool. Joe, tell us about Tudor. The man, the myth, the legend.
The cult leader who found a crown and believes that he is the rightful king of England, so is trying to recreate the British Empire.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of triumphed in this city revolution with Lux and Midnight's kind of part of my whole court following thing for now. Never know what they're going to do. And we're basically in control of the town with a tenuous kind of link going up, tenuous control going on. Everything feels like it could go up in flames at any time.
Cool, cool. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And then I guess the last one is before we actually jump into the game, we'll pick up with her. Chip, tell us about Midnight.
Midnight is essentially a prostitute.
Well, she's a cross between a prostitute and the only celebrity in the world. So she's basically Kim Kardashian.
Don't insult me like that, Finbar. Don't insult me like that.
Oh
Yeah.
dear,
Midnight
that was
is-
rude to a lot of people.
Probably like one of the most beautiful women in this post-apocalyptic world.
Pretty much anywhere.
Pretty much anywhere, yeah. Aww. And yeah, she's pretty badass.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about.
Yeah,
her
does Deadpool flips?
extremely elaborate character that she's a prostitute and a badass, and that's
Yeah.
her.
She does Deadpool flips and shit.
Yeah,
and shoots people in
she's
the head,
pretty-
but isn't very good at dodging bullets. It turns out.
She's a very good shot, but not good at defense, like being a defensive person.
Yes. She just kind of picks a course of action and then goes with it. For instance, chainsawing a butler in half with an AK-47. That was fun. All right, so yeah, we have three of you are kind of clustered together in Tudor's little office with Dr. Tessia's representative and is it Margaret? Yes, Margaret.
Yeah, Margaret.
Talking about basically the awful problems that the city currently faces, including that nothing is working, no one is trading with you, you have no money, and no medical supplies. And only about enough medical supplies to keep paying either the mercenaries who protect you, or, sorry, enough money to pay them, or buy more meds. And that's not necessarily a place, and so and you're being offered this devil's bargain where you could possibly get out of it, but you'd have to kind of let some creepy scientist dudes who you've never met and who seem to be responsible for some weird shit going on in the world screen your population for some form of disease. Well, they don't know exactly. It's some form of condition that they're looking for, as they're apparently researching into improving humanity to deal with their new surroundings. Cool. So yeah, we've got that conversation going on. And in the meantime, Midnight was doing things.
Was she?
Well, yeah, she's got to be. And actually what she was doing was that day, because Midnight... I have a question for you. So at this point was about a week after the revolution. And we never really got a clear answer, but like, how much... Are you acting as Tudor's kind of ambassador to different groups at the moment? Are you completely a free agent? Where does Midnight fit in to the new road order?
Midnight is very much in the same place she was with Cecil, in that she's influencing the power, but not directly in the limelight. Well,
Yeah.
as little as she can be, but she's still very much in power, just not taking
Yeah.
the
You're
light
still,
power.
you're still like next to Tudor. We'll see how that.
She's still
relates.
she's very up there in the hierarchy
Oh, God.
of decision making and.
Well, you're in the court. Actually, just a brief thing. 'Cause I realized I don't think we did it last time. Tudor, can I get a fortunes roll, please?
So scared of this roll.
I know, right? It's gonna go so horribly wrong. Right, let's see if everything broke. Nothing broke! Yes! An 8. So on a partial success... well, that should be a 7, but that's still fine. So, on the partial success, you get access to augury, you get +1 barter?
Yeah.
Is that right? So, yeah, note that on your sheet. But one of your wants is selected. So I think in this case it'd be judgment. Because your court, you went for it, and everything's not working out great, and everyone's kind of blaming you.
Okay.
So yeah, the pressure is on decidedly from your court members. Margaret's kind of aware of what's going on with you, but like there's another 15 of them who've like watched some of their closest friends die. I mean, you lost you lost 3 court members in the battle, all of whom were vital to the way the town. Well, 2 who were vital to the way the town works. One of whom was just a random guy who really worshipped you. And yeah, so things don't seem to be going too well, and Cecil just keeps laughing from his little underground prison. But cool. So yeah, so Midnight, you have been semi-invited, semi-sent to go visit Ella and her little crew of mercenaries to kind of, well, Tudor, are you kind of tempted to put them off asking for money? Like, she kind of was like, they requested kind of to talk to the administration, as it were, to talk about fees and such. So, how did that, like, when you sent your ambassador Midnight out to go see the violent people who wreck shit, what did you say to Midnight, Tudor?
I was like, Midnight, things are pretty tight. If you can get away with paying nothing, do it. If you can't, pay as little as possible.
Yeah, paying nothing is...
Delay.
Okay.
Delay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Midnight, do bear in mind as well, your leg still has a 9 caliber hole in it, and you're in quite a lot of pain. Yeah, so you arrive to the little like compound they've still got with their armory and all that jazz. Yeah, I think you're like kept waiting for a little while, and then like one of like Ella's burly lieutenant bodyguard guy, or well, no, I guess he's not because those 2 died. So like some new guy, that David the sniper, like pops his head around, and goes, "Midnight, Ella's right this way. Come on." And he leads you down a hallway, and you come out into what like must be their own little private infirmary, and you see Ella like she's sitting backwards on a chair, like resting on it, looking at a bed, and hooked up to actually some medication is Rourke, looking decidedly worse for wear. About alive, just. But yeah, so he's kind of there, and like they both turn to look at you as you walk in, and you get kind of a groan from a sec. "Oh, hello, princess. Good to see you. Did you bring my drink?" Yeah, and Ella kind of like just gives you a brief nod. Yeah, Rourke like just asking, "Did you bring me that drink you owe me?" Dungeons and Dragons and chill.
As far as I was concerned, Rourke, I owed you nothing.
It's not very nice. I killed 2 men for your cause. I mean, looks at Ella. Oh, whatever, fuck it, I don't care. Sweet. Yeah, he kind of looks at you like, doesn't seem I'm gonna do too well out of this. Riddled with lead, they say. Isn't that right, Ella? And she kind of looks at you like, there are costs to picking a side, Rourke, that some people should understand. And she, like, gives you a very significant glare. Yeah, I think the little infirmary guy kind of bustles in, does, like, a bit of, like, he should probably rest, and, like, kind of starts to usher you out. Now he goes, well, it's fine. Me and Midnight have business to discuss. I just thought that Midnight would like to see you, Rourke. Apparently you two were friends at some stage.
Huh.
Rourke laughs and says, you came to visit. And then, like, clutches at a different bandage that's, like, has just started to go an unpleasantly reddish-brown colour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ella kind of leads you out and takes you into the mess hall. Puts down, like, a beer in front of you. And you kind of, like, ease yourself in, leg killing you. And she goes, yeah. So, Midnight, what did you think of your own handiwork? Kind of indicates the infirmary that you just left.
No, I'd rather they be in the morgue rather than the infirmary, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers.
Well, he left 2 people in there for you. He wasn't particularly shy in owning up to it. He knows lying to me isn't going to get him far. So, how'd you manage that, huh? Rourke is... I mean, he's a moron for anything with a pair of tits, but not usually that much. And she kind of takes a long pull and sits back in her chair.
Well, you know, sometimes certain men, they see something they want, and they just lose every inhibition over it.
She kind of, yeah, she like...
What are you even doing? She's saying, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, she gives you like a, understandable. I've never found that exact effect myself, but, you know, and she pulls Betsy the shotgun off her, like, leg and puts it down, notably pointing at you. She goes, I've often found that other motivations work just as well. So, where's my money from Tudor? Because, as the way I see it, I'm working for a new employer these days, and, well, there's you know, termination fees with previous employers, there's new fees to be paid, my men need food.
It was my understanding from Tudor that no arrangement had been given yet as to a cash sum. Or
Well.
what sum that cash was. And that is why I'm here, because we need to negotiate this.
She kind of gives it, I agree, we do need to negotiate, because currently, I still have all the guns. And I have a house here, I have friends here, even ones not in this group of layabouts. And I like to, you know, I put down roots, Midnight. But it strikes me as, in this entire little court of devotees, I don't trust a single one of you. Not the least when I haven't seen any money in a week. Supplies run out, and I hardly think that Cecil's Little Boys Club is too willing to trade with the crazy man in the rags. Oh, and his little crown. Sorry. It's very important, apparently. So tell me, why should we stay? Because I'm not seeing a good reason.
I've been told by Tudor that he can make it exceptionally worth your while.
Okay. You know what? She, like, stands up and goes, you know what your leg needs? It's physiotherapy. Does wonders. Come on! And she, like, leads you along the building and, like, into what looks like almost a small gym. Yes, we'll take it easy, because, you know, you're not very mobile at the moment. And she tosses you basically like a steel pole. And like, yeah, moves into basically like a fencing position. And goes, oh, 1 second, I just realised something. There we go. And yeah, she goes, well, I've always found that people are a little more honest in the middle of a fight. Don't worry, I won't go too hard on you. And she starts kind of basically sparring. And she'll like point out like gaps in your movements every now and again. She accommodates the fact that she never points out the fact that you should move more when you're just stationary on one leg, but she point like your guard is sloppy here, even though you're quick, you put too much motion into it. After like 10 minutes of beating the shit out of you without putting in much effort, she kind of like stops and goes, "Now, Midnight, the way I see it, I am a businesswoman. It's an unfortunate thing that protecting people is such a uncouth thing these days, but well, we're the men with we're the people with the guns, and when it comes down to it, we have to be smart and go where we're needed, not where we're just wanted, because everyone wants us. And this place strikes me. I've seen crazy men like Tudor before. They don't do too well. They have fervent belief, and it takes them down dark roads. And frankly, I want out. Obviously, I can be swayed with a large enough sum of money, but I want out. And I'm looking for, I suppose the word is recruits at first. Because, let's say, I'm a businesswoman. I have my eye on the talent. And well, I've seen you fight, heard reports. Your movements are a little sloppy, as I've just discovered, but you're quick. You inspire loyalty, which is a much-needed skill out there in the snow. And frankly, well, I think at this point she comes at you way quicker and basically knocks you over, and goes, "Your leg isn't getting any better under Tudor's ministrations." And she like kind of lowers this like steel pole down to like your chest and goes, "So, you got any good reasons why I should stick around here and protect Tudor and his own? Or give me a good reason why we shouldn't just leg it and take anything that isn't nailed down with us? I know a few people in settlements nearby who would be quite interested to know that Tudor's Cecil Road doesn't have any guards left. And hell, half the systems are breaking down, it seems, around here." And she kind of like, yeah, at this point she has just left you like broken and battered on the floor. Do let me point this out. I'm doing this based upon a just general, you're wounded, she's not particularly kind, and she's quite a skilled combatant, and you aren't necessarily. If you want to try rolling hard and beating the shit out of her, that's fine, but do keep in mind that that could go very wrong, because you are already at 9 harm, and reopening that wound is a thing that could happen.
At the moment, and that is
Yeah.
not good.
No, just do it.
No, why?
Yeah.
Whose character is this?
Yeah, but just do it.
Cooperative play right here.
You should do it.
Should we hashtag ask the chat?
No. Make your own decisions.
They'll get you to kill people.
Yeah, they'll just yell at you to go for her.
Start killing people.
No, I'm gonna go for negotiation.
Boring.
Yeah.
So I said to Ella, Tudor is willing to restock every single one of your supplies for an extremely small fee. And
She
will
gives you like the most like arched eyebrow ever.
also give you 50 of his best men to train up.
Oh, like that.
She kind of cuts down. Oh wait, at this point, like now that you've actually had a moment, you notice that like at the edges of your vision, like there's, you know, like almost the floaters you get in your eye, like solid black ones just kind of like drifting around the edges of your vision.
Yep.
That's new for you. Just so we're clear.
Did just get the shit beaten out of me.
Yeah, but it's like, it seems to be in response, like you see them like pumping around and moving, sometimes with your heart rate, sometimes independently. They're just, yeah, being creepy. But yeah, she kind of like talks around. About, I guess give me a manipulate to see whether she'll go for your like. You said you put down roots. Put down some more.
Heart?
Yeah. Let's manipulate. Come on, it's your only roll. Damn. All right.
Woo!
So yeah. She kind of like rolls her head back, and she like moves away, snaps her fingers. This guy runs over and hands her like a clipboard essentially, and she puts it off and starts listing off things that she needs, like obviously freshwater stuff, bullets, lots of bullets, food, like a whole bunch of other things, and they're assorted luxuries. They're like alcohol stipend, they're better than average rations, that kind of shit. Yeah, all in all, starts coming up to like probably in the region of like 10 barter for like a couple weeks' work, which is not entirely unreasonable. And you, I guess, know that basically Tudor could about do that, but if he does, he has no money left. So he couldn't pay them for the next 2 weeks. He couldn't pay for medical supplies, or indeed anything the fuck else. And she wants you to make a promise on that and to convince her. But, as you did roll a 13, if you can say you make the promise, and then not keep to it later. And that is fine. But, I mean, if you don't keep to it later, there may be consequences to this action.
This bitch.
Do it.
This bitch.
Lie.
There may
She
be
wants to
consequences to it later.
Deal with that later.
That's
Just keep putting off your problems.
That's for future Midnight and future
That's what I'm good
Tudor.
at, you know? Did I tell you I ran away from the last fight?
Brilliant.
I tried to run away.
Yeah,
So-
tried and failed.
So 10
Yeah.
barter.
Got scooped up by Parcher.
Is there any way she'd be willing to go lower than 10 barter?
8.
I think it, Nah, I don't think you can really get much lower. Like, the stuff that she's not listing so much money as just stuff, and the stuff that she wants
No,
will
I mean,
just...
is
Yeah.
there a way she can get...
I mean, you get the impression she's being unreasonable because she knows she can be. So she doesn't want to go lower. Yeah, this is when, I think at this point, that you realise the unreasonable. Like a voice, like this female voice, pulses in the back of your head, and as it does so, all these like black floaters like swim across your vision like a snow globe almost. And you get a... We could just end her. And then like the things settle again. And you're left with kind of like
You are
shaky
the voice
vision.
in my head, you know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Should have Rosie roleplay this.
Rosie needs to be
I would
Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's, yeah, you got that voice in the back of your head saying, "Let me at her."
This bitch.
This bitch right here.
This bitch.
Yeah, so
So what you're essentially saying is I'm turning into a schizophrenic.
not exactly. The other
Getting
personality
voice in my head that's
exists.
telling me to kill people. That's like an extreme version of schizophrenia,
Well,
isn't it?
yeah.
Or am I
Well.
getting that wrong?
No, it's a bit Jekyll and Hyde.
It is a bit Jekyll and Hyde.
So yeah, what do you do? Do you like? Do you just kind of say you'll take the offer to Tudor?
Say you do it and lie and not actually do it. Alright, I'm a bad influence.
You are a bad influence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you've got yeah.
Or
You can take the
do
offer
I
to
give
Tudor.
in to the voice in the back of my head
Yeah,
and
and
try and kill her.
fuck her up.
It's work. I got faith in the dark.
Do I still have my pistol with me?
I mean, you have a steel bar. You kind of put guns to the side. You're sort of in enemy territory, so I assumed it wasn't overly armed.
Alright, you've only got 9 harm. Okay, so that's like kind of in the middle.
That's like I'm going to die if I don't get medical attention soon.
Oh.
It's like a hill. If at 9
Yeah.
is the top of the
Let's try and
hill.
kill her. I want to try and kill her.
Okay, so are you gonna go?
Because Midnight is the instigator for killing people, so let's...
Let's do
Okay,
it.
so are you gonna just attack her yourself, or are you gonna see what happens if you let your brain go?
No, I'm gonna let the brain go. I'm gonna
Okay,
let the voice at it.
okay, so roll plus your weird.
This is gonna go so well.
I can't wait.
Hey!
All right, mark XP, and ooh.
Oh, I have 5 XP. Woo!
All right, well, if you have the PDF, somebody link Chip the PDF so she can start looking at what advancement she wants to take.
You still
Damn it.
you
Oh,
still
let's
get the
save
Save
it.
it. Why do you never save it?
Because
mean-
I'm an idiot.
They are also below your character sheet, I believe. If I go,
Timber.
yeah,
You still get the XP if you miss.
yeah, You get the XP when you miss, fail,
Oh,
or succeed.
highlight.
It's only if you just have to roll that stat.
What's it on? Peripheral moves?
It's
No,
fine.
no, advancements are just actually you can see them on your sheet itself. Why
It's
is
okay,
this-
someone's linked it.
Cool. Yeah, so if you just go down to the playbook and at the kind of bottom part before it becomes the next thing, you'll see all the advancements you could get. You have already taken you've taken a new move from a move from another class.
Did I?
Yeah, because you took the escape move.
Yes, I did. Eye on the door.
And did you? Was that the only one you've done?
Only take an eye on the door.
Okay,
The other two
then
are
yeah,
my
you've got
skills.
one more to choose. So
Only 5 minutes remaining? Are you fucking shitting me? Alright, where is it?
so underneath all your so if you go down to like where the custom moves are all list on the Skinner thing, then like a bit below that. Yeah, but yeah, so the last thing we see of Midnight is that like she kind of, I think like in psychic terms, there's just this curious like how or something asked of the voice. Like how actually yeah, no, this is the thing. This is the first psychic-ish thing we've ever seen Midnight do. So what does that? How does that work for Midnight? Or does she? Is this the first time she's ever done it? Does she? Have you never? Has Midnight never interacted with the Maelstrom at all before?
No,
ever?
Midnight has never interacted with the Maelstrom. She's been an extremely... She's always been quite skeptical, actually, of the Maelstrom.
Yeah. Until she
And,
started seeing a
she's-
man do miracles.
Yeah, she's always found it a little bit strange, and so she's kind of avoided it. But she's now very, very surprised that she just kind of gave into her inhibitions and was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just... I've never
So-
experienced this before, and I'm just gonna let
So, yeah.
this random, scary voice in my head do whatever it wants to, and it's actually
Yeah.
scary.
So like, do you just mentally like try and think back at it, as it were? Like, what is? Like, how do you like open your mind, as it were? I'm just curious of what that feels like to Midnight.
To Midnight, it feels like an external force in her brain.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a
It is-
feeling of something not right.
As in, it's like not so much something coming out of her psychic maelstrom, in the
Yeah.
sense that her psychic maelstrom
Yeah.
expands from out of her
Okay, yeah, sensory like
as,
yeah,
as a film of psychic maelstromy things.
yeah, semi-permeable membrane of psychic goop.
There
Yeah.
we go, and it
If-
just
if-
expands. It expands from her, and
Yeah.
it manifests physically, and then it draws itself back in.
Yeah, I think if we could actually see the maelstrom, like we see then this like kind of film of like, kind of almost like the skin of a bubble, with the sort of color swirls moving across it, expanding out, and then we just see like kind of highlighted through that the little black hair just tracing like a small line through the surface of the bubble. Before on the one side away from Midnight, it surges like until it's like the size of like a fucking log, and then bursts through, and then your entire like vision, the black floaters flurry across until you just see black, and we'll come back to Midnight in a little while. So let's so we're back in the office. I guess Lux and Tudor are discussing Lux, Tudor, and Dr. Tess's representative are discussing the next move for going to Wintermute, I believe was the plan.
Yes.
I imagine we're waiting on the health stuff.
Yeah, so he's sent. Yeah, he went off to send word ahead. That was it, right? So yeah. So it's
Is
just
it just the two of us then?
so no. Stein is kind of there, like, yeah. I think maybe at like after a couple minutes of logistics talk. By the way, Stein, like you've seen Rachel just kind of strolling around, like looking around the room, getting weirdly close to everyone else, that kind of thing, and she wanders back over towards you and is like smiling, and then you see her like look off into the distance, and like this ridiculously wide like predatory grin crosses her face, and then she goes, "I'll be back." Like walks over to you, pats the side of your face, and goes, "I'll be back soon, pumpkin. Don't do anything silly while I'm gone," and then vanishes. And yeah, that's I think where you kind of like snap out of having to deal with a invisible person in the room that only you can see, and into the conversation. And yeah, so what's the What's the discussion going on at the moment? Like, well, how are you guys dealing with the idea that you may have to let a bunch of crazy eugenicists into your city?
Yeah, so it's two of us, right?
Yeah, well, there's you, Tudor, Stein, and Margaret off in the corner working on one of our desks.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, obviously, that wolf did some shit to me. And I'd like to know what it is. I'm still not too keen on them doing stuff on the whole populace.
I mean, okay.
Like,
That's all you guys.
Like, yeah, no, I'm looking to Tudor. I'm just like, I'm happy to go there and check out what they're doing, but I'd like to have the backup plan.
Yeah, it is. The idea of them wholesale testing is uncomfortable, but we're in dire straits. We need to at least investigate further.
I mean, we do have this hospital, and we have a lot of mercenaries who like to get paid. We can send them there to get stuff, and if some of them don't come back, that's not awful.
That's a potential course of action. We'll have to see what the defenses of this lab are, but considering no one's heard of it, I imagine they'll be somewhat high tech.
I meant the storm, but a full-scale assault of the lab could also work.
Oh, you meant the storm? Oh, right.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, awkward.
I thought you meant send the soldiers as patients and then them have a coup once they're inside.
That could work. Although I think they seem to want to test here.
Do they want to test here, or do they want to test people here and take them back for further testing?
Yeah, basically they wanted, because the kind of arrangement was they'll bring in their doctors, they'll do a general sweep of the populace, like fixing people and blood testing simultaneously from whatever's wrong with them. And then if they discover any positive subjects, they'd like to be able to do further tests on them, possibly taking some of them away to the Wintermute labs for a while.
But equally, I don't know if we want to give our troops who already aren't too loyal away to the people who could persuade them. That seems like something that could go horribly wrong. Basically, I'd like to go into the storm with a lot of people, or go to the labs with very few people and test myself.
I thought that's what we're doing. I thought they were gonna heal me and then the people in the hospital, and then we would go meet with them. I thought that's.
I think
that works.
there's a small shipment coming that'll like alleviate some woes, but would very much be like a tenth of what's wrong. Because they're like, on good faith, if you come to us and we can test a couple of you, we'll send a small amount on good faith to be like, okay, are we all good now? Is everything fine? And then they will go in force and do exactly what they've claimed to do. It's very much they have a plan, and they're happy to kind of roll it out in stages to make you all feel comfortable. But it's their way or the highway.
Yes.
I mean, Lux is comfortable on the highway, so maybe that.
Hey.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was literally at this point it was just Lux going for testing.
Yeah, I'm happy to just go for that.
That's why I thought we agreed with the emissary dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stein, you got any points to chuck in?
Stein is fighting to keep up with the conversation, and he's about half a step behind. At this point, no input. He just looks distracted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Say, I mean, if we want to assemble some people and do a recon thing into the storm at some point, I think, because Stein needs parts. I assume
you need to be there for that though, so I don't think we can make much progress on that while we're going to this lab.
Alright, so who's gonna come to this lab with me? Because I'd like some fucking backup.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going.
Alright. No offense, mate. You're great at getting a crowd. Don't allow me for backup.
You kind of need a crowd there to give backup.
Yeah.
Very true.
Can we get some goons in?
Margaret kind of turns and goes, Ella's going to want money before she sends an expeditionary force out with you.
What's the kind of vehicle amounts outside of Lux thing? Does like Ella and her people have a ton of vehicles as well?
There's a few things. They're all like kind of. There's a lot of skidoos, which aren't like you require heavy, like basically camera wear to wear, and there's like some basically old trucks. All of the good vehicles are owned by Lux and her company. You've got a couple of extra bits and pieces. So you've got like enough. If you want stuff to just haul things from A to B, you can pretty much just have that.
I mean,
If you want anything that's going to hold up to anything more than a person blowing on it, like it's all junk cobbled together.
I'm fine with just sticking up my tank with people. Like we can fit like 6 people in that, 6-7 people. That's fine. I'm happy as long as I'm only the person who's been testing. The rest of you, all 5 others, are all there, stopping me from getting fucked on.
Okay. Question for Lux: does at any point strike Lux that she should be asking for payment for this? Because I mean, sure, you're a member of the court and you're Tudor's right-hand man, but or right-hand woman.
It's not because it's her own curiosity. Like she's aware that shit's fucked with her, so she's going to get shit fucked.
Yeah, but you are offering the use of McRae family assets, and you run the McRae Corporation.
Probably not.
Well, you are in this off branch of it, at least, in lieu of your dad not being here.
It's my car.
Okay.
I'm driving out there. I'm getting some. Basically, my payment is them coming to back me up.
Okay. Okay.
Is how. No, I don't think I have you for payment for this. I'm the right hand man.
Okay.
Or right hand woman. I just got the huge promotion, so
Okay.
I don't give a shit about payment right now.
Cool. Alrighty then.
Paid in prestige.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So looking to.
Okay. So
It's
yeah.
McRae with a Y.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
As in the rally driver. It's not hard. I didn't see it from anywhere creative.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so I think the meeting kind of wraps up. Stein, I'm going to follow you as you kind of slink back towards maybe getting a couple hours of sleep before the next crisis. And yeah, so I think as you're walking towards like the elevators to take you down to the floor where your garage is, Rachel appears beside you again, just kind of walking along beside you, and she's whistling. And she's like, "Oh, how was your day?"
Not now, Rachel. I can't take much more of this. I just want some slick peace. Just give me something or go away.
Well, it's funny you'd ask. Actually, I've left you a little present. I get there fast though. It's funny when you put things in a small confined space. They often don't do too nice things to each other. I'll get back to your workshop fast. Bye! And she disappears. What do you do?
At this point, I just want to give some context that all throughout this time since his first meeting with Rachel, like whenever Stein's tried to read something or tried to like to use the maelstrom, he gets like a burst of static. Like he feels and hears static. And it has been twice as bad since Rachel started appearing, and every time she comes, it gets worse, and it is maddening for him. So at this point, Stein decides that whatever has come is not as bad as the pain in his head, and he basically goes headlong for Isaac's place. He needs his headset back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you meet up with Isaac, and he kind of goes...
Suffering?
Oh yeah, like you get to his place, because I think his place is on the floor above your workspace, which I'm presuming is where you're keeping Preed. I'd assume. Okay, yeah.
How is Preed doing, actually? I need an update.
He's kind of been just unconscious most of the time. He moans and like moves around a bit every few days, and like gets all glassy-eyed and stares. But yeah, he kind of just mostly goes in and out of unconsciousness. And Isaac kind of looks and goes, "You ready to show me you're actually making some progress on the dock?"
I stride right up to him and pin him to the wall. Say, "Give me what's mine now."
Go
Give me the
aggro,
fucking-
good sir. Because that is definitely going aggro.
Yeah, we're going aggro. Roll hard, right?
Yeah. Succeeds partially. Okay, so I presume you walk up and like just push into the thing with your fists, rather than necessarily pulling a shotgun on him. But
Yeah, it's more like a chokehold to the wall is what I was going for.
cool. So the rules for go aggro. You're assuming you roll plus hard. On 7 to 9, they have to choose one. They can get the hell out of your way. They can barricade themselves securely in. They can give you something they think you want. They can back off calmly, hands where you can see. They can tell you what you want to know, or what you want to hear, or they can force your hand to suck it up. Yeah, I think eyes are just like you. People are dying out there, Stein. I asked you to fix a doctor and take the damn thing. He like chucks your headset. Like, no, sorry, he doesn't chuck it. He like indicates over like this little table he's got where your headset's lying. And he's like, take it, selfish prick. Go do what the hell it is you want to do. And pushes you off and strides back into his house.
I scramble for the device and put it on, and I start fiddling with dials on the side. Basically, to initiate a frequency that will at least calm the static
Yeah.
that I'm experiencing.
Yeah, it's entirely certain whether this is like the tech is doing it for you, or whether it's kind of like a OCD-ish pattern that like makes you feel better and calmer. Okay.
Yeah. There is like a frequency that comes out of it, but it is like habit. The fact that it is gone is making things worse.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's back on, but by this point Stein is pissed.
Yeah. He just kind of like he goes, "Now get the fuck out of my house."
So where are we, in his doorway? Or
yeah,
what?
very much in his doorway. He like let you get that, and he's just trying to like, yeah, he wants you gone now. He thinks you're a selfish prick.
Yeah, I'm not having any of that. I move to punch him straight in the face.
Okay. Seized by force as you go to beat the shit out of a random dude.
Roll hard, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, that is very much rolling hard. He's ready for you this time. Yeah, he just like he dodges and just hits you in the face. And then like kicks you in the chest and knocks you sprawling, and slams the door in your face. Take
3 harm?
No, he only hit you. Do you have any armor? I don't think you have armor.
Not on the face.
No. Yeah, so take a harm and roll the harm move for me.
How do I roll harm?
So you you roll 2d6 plus 1. So you roll plus the harm.
How do I do that?
/R space 2d6 plus 1. And you're up to 3 harm. I'll mark that for you. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you're so kind. You're so kind. Mark
Yeah,
this
and he kicks you out of his house, and yeah, he's just kind of like, get the fuck away from me. Yeah, so he slams the door in your face, and I think you get a like from behind you go, I said I'd give you a present, and you don't even go look at it. That's just rude. Stein, when a girl lavishes you with her attentions, you really should pay attention.
He just basically screams into nothing, just fuck off and leave me alone, and just basically curls up and starts twiddling with the dials until he feels better.
Okay.
Yeah.
He twiddles his dials, does he?
Twiddles his dials.
That's what the kids call it these days. So tell me, how long does it take before Stein wanders back home? Like,
Oh, not long. No, we're not talking like he's going to collapse there, as in it's like, okay,
so I think
feel okay. About the same amount of time it takes you to sit down when you're drunk and think, I'm ready to get up now.
yeah.
That long. And he remembers what Rachel actually said and thought, oh shit. So yeah, moves downstairs.
Yeah, when you look up, she's gone again. Yeah. So when you arrive in your workspace, the body on the little like cot you got set up for Preed looks the wrong size. Like, and there's a sheet like there was a blanket obviously, but it's like over the face. And as the lights come on, yeah, there's definitely not how. And Preed seems awfully still underneath. What do you do, buddy?
Sorry, what?
So you got like you got a little cot where you had Preed set up, and there was like he had a blanket obviously, but it's like over the top of him, and he's not making any noise at all. And yeah, it just looks like slightly the wrong dimensions. What do you do?
The first thing I do as I approach him, I grab the engine off the work desk and sort of cradle it, and approach the sheet. And just as soon as I get within reaching distance, I just pull it off him.
Yeah.
Completely cautious, not trusting anything now.
Okay, yeah, it's not Preed. Underneath the cover was Ella. But like her jaw has been like pulled down and ripped to the side. Like there's like lacerations down one side of her face, like sliced through her eyeball, oozing jelly and such. Like look, like you can see these like darkened spots on her clothes where like, and like bits where it's like damp and like sunk in with blood and like caked with blood, where it looks like she's basically like been beaten with a hammer or something. And yeah, she's very, very dead. Like all of her limbs are broken, and like you actually see one of her hands like falls out from when you pull the blanket away, and it's like missing 2 fingers. And Betsy is gone as well. I think is a thing that Stein notices, because he notices when people have things that they care about. Because I mean,
Can I read a body?
You could definitely maelstrom a body.
Let's maelstrom a body.
You couldn't read a body, because there's no a human body has a corpse has no body language.
Yeah, I know, but like you can read people, and then you can actually I can use things speak.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think this is more opening your brain to psychic maelstrom until you consider, like, unless Stein considers a body, like a corpse, basically, is just a thing at that point. Like, do you not associate? Yeah. You could use things speak if you've, I suppose, yeah, you've established Stein as kind of guy who's like, that part isn't so much important anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so roll weird, yeah.
Yeah, give me that weird roll.
Experience. Partially succeed. If I'm right, that gives me 1 question.
I believe so. Sorry, I should be on the screen.
Yeah, I also need to get up on the screen for the questions.
Yeah, you're actually on your sheet. If you just pull the little box down.
Remind me whereabouts they are.
So if you open your sheet, it's in the middle bit of you've got your your savvy head moves.
I see.
You can like pull down the little corner thing, and you can see the whole box, as opposed to having to scroll down like 2 lines at a time. Yeah, so you're on 1. You can who handled this last before me? Who made this? What strong emotions have been most recently nearby this? What words have been said most recently nearby this? What has been done most recently with this or to this? And what's wrong with this, and how might I fix it?
Okay. I think Stein has already started to assume that Rachel is at least partially behind this. So I'm not going to ask who did this. No point in asking how to fix it.
Yeah, no. Are you Dr. Frankenstein? Well.
Oh, don't try me. If Stein was in a better state of mind,
he might try.
Might try, yeah. What words have been said most recently nearby this?
Okay. Yeah, you get a weird one. If you get, like, because this all comes to you in a kind of weird psychic, like, emotional pattern of, like, lights and noise and stuff. And you get Rachel's speaking patterns, but it sound like the pitch of the voice is off. And she's, like, humming a nursery rhyme. And, like, you can tell that it's being punctuated by, like, snapping and cutting noises and things like that. Like, it's...
Ben, you're not going to perform the nursery rhyme?
No, I don't know which one it would be. I have to think about that. But yeah, she's like... It's like some... It probably isn't even a nursery rhyme we know. It's something designed to be like... Don't go into the snow, you stupid child, basically. But, like, obviously...
Am I getting anything that of Ella's final words, screams, shouts, anything?
I think the words most recent, like the thing is that by the point you're getting this, Ella's actually long dead.
Yeah, she's actually.
Rachel played with her food. Yeah, and then I think the next thing that happens is that the same voice cuts across your physical hearing, and you get a. Actually, one moment, I can do this even better. The words you hear come from a very different source than my usual. Yeah, so like this door like in the back of your workspace crashes open, and you hear like you reel around like the static fuzz fading behind your eyes, and you see two figures emerge from the back of the workspace, and one of them says, if she's read the message,
Honey, I'm home!
and you see Midnight holding Betsy the shotgun in one hand and Preed by the hair in the other as he's like crying and standing upright. And yeah, that's where we'll cut to break. Because
what the fuck just happened?
Midnight.
No, I heard. What the fuck just happened?
Midnight burst in the back of the workspace, holding Preed at shotgun point.
Good.
Yeah, and you realise as this thing does of like the weird, the wrong speech, like the wrong sound of Rachel's voice was because it's coming through Midnight's mouth.